balls at my age. Let's just get that. There we go. Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? Thank you for coming out. I'm glad I made an effort. Yeah? I did my hair, did my face, put a nice dress on. I've got matching underwear on. Always matching underwear for special occasions, don't worry, love. I'm fully aware I have more chance for medical emergency than pulling tonight. I'm from up north, a little village just outside Manchester. It's called Rochdale. For them that don't know it, it's famous for Gracie Fields, Lisa Stansfield, grooming gowns. And I had an idyllic childhood. Yeah, smoking, drinking, underage sex. And it would have been perfect, but my mum were barking mad. She was absolutely obsessed with her weight, and she was a yo-yo dieter. I'll give you an example. 1980, she was Northwest Slimmer a year. 1981, she went Face of Greg's. We just used to laugh at her, but it stopped being funny when she got obsessed with me. She had me at Weight Watchers when I was 11. I think that's illegal. But if I lost weight, we stopped at Chippy on way home. But it did give me a complex. I didn't swim, I wouldn't wear a bathing suit, and it went on for years. And just recently I thought, for God's sake, get a grip, and I went swimming. It was wonderful, exhilarating, it was life-changing. And you know what the best bit were? My tits floated. Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. I know you're all looking, you're thinking, what's this old bird up to? Well, as we get older, we start to get invisible. And I don't want to fade away. I want to go out screaming and shouting. So I set myself challenges. I've wrote a book. Thank you. I've been on the chase. Yeah, I didn't win, and Bradley Welsh is lovely. I have played live at Glastonbury. Thank you. I strung my ukulele in the car park, and I'm having that. But my biggest challenge is that I've been married 36 years. Yeah, 36 years. Met and married in Bobby Ball's nightclub in Rochdale. Do you remember him, Rock on Tommy? Do you remember? Yeah, it's been cancelled. No, carry on. So yeah, we're in Bobby Ball's nightclub, and my husband got down on one knee. Now, even after all these years, I can't be 100% sure that he weren't just tying his shoelace. But I hope that wedding by Monday. But when we got married, we married till death do us part. I just didn't think it'd take this long. But I knew that we'd always stay together. I knew that we'd never separate, because neither of us wanted custody of kids. but we had a bit of a wobble last month, a bit of a wobble. I mean, he really fell out with me. He said it was either him or the comedy. So I had to think about it. But I've had him a long time, so I think I'd miss him. So I took the punishment. He punished me physically, emotionally and financially. He made me take the grandchildren to Blackpool. But then I had to agree that I'd only do 2 gigs a week. I've got 4 this week. It'll be alright. I'll just give him a blowjob. Well, I married a mechanic. Proper petrol head. He's obsessed with his cars. He's had loads of different cars over years. His current one is an El Camino. And I told him, I said, I'm going to tell you guys about it. He said, let me write it down so you don't get it wrong. El Camino, 1974. Limited edition, White Knight. 302 small block Chevy, 500 brake horsepower, 4 miles to the gallon, roller, rockers, high lift cam, big valve heads, B&M auto on the floor shift, 4-barrel car. Ask me what kind of car I drive. Thank you for asking. Do you know what? I wrote it down so I won't get it wrong. It's red. But he's an hard-working man and he's a grafter. He's got really rough hands. I mean, whenever we make love, it sounds like he's rubbing a car down. I mean, I know you're looking and you're thinking, how can you have sex with the same person for 36 years? Well, I fantasise. I just visualise somebody else's face. You know, like rock stars, movie stars, Joe next door. We all do it, don't we? No, is it just me? All right. But I don't do it anymore. Because since he retired, his hands are so soft that if I close my eyes, it feels like somebody else is touching them. But he's changed over years, you know, he's changed. When I met him, he had a narrow waist and a broad mind. That's definitely changed. But he's kind of got really angry at the government. And it's all to do with they've reduced men's alcohol intake from 21 units down to 14. And he's done the maths, that's 7 units a week, 350 units a year, and he figures that's 70 pints. The government has stolen 70 pints of each of you men. And he's livid. He's joined a protest group. Yeah, they're called Men Against Restricted Drinking Institute. Mardy for short. And all the Mardy men's going to march down to London and demand what's been taken be given back. And do you know what? I'm quite proud of him. You know, I'm proud that he's recognised a social injustice. I'm proud that he's seen a wrong and he wants to put it right. But then I found out the real reason. You not ticked him off. You know, put him over the edge. He was saving them 70 pies for a stag do in Benidorm. But the one thing that's not changed is he never finishes any jobs. You know, there's always little bits that he don't finish. And he was going to a pub the other night and I said to him, "Will you sort that tap out before you go? It's dripping." And he said, "Do I look like a plumber?" And I thought, and I said, "That bulb's flashing," and he's getting cocky. He said, "Do I look like an electrician?" I thought, "Oh," I said, "I'm on a roll. That kitchen cabinet needs sorting." And as he run out the door, he shouted back, "Do I look like a joiner?" I thought, "Stuff you." I went next door to Joe's. I'll tell you about Joe. He's 40-ish, recently divorced. He waters the garden without a shirt on. Yeah, his wife left him because she said he was boring. I don't think I'd ever get bored. Anyway, I digress. So he come round to the house and he sorted all jobs out. And I said to him, "Oh, thanks so much, Joe. Can I pay you?" And he said, "No." He said, "Bake me a cake or give me a bank." Anyway, my husband come in for a pub and I said to him, "Don't worry about them jobs. Joe sorted everything out." And he said, "That's it." He said, "That was good of him. Did you pay him?" And I said, "No." I told him what he said. And you know what my husband said? "What kind of cake did you bake him?" Do I look like a baker? But you know what I've changed over years. I mean, it used to be all high heels and push-up bras. The night I met him, my boobs were pushed that high, they were level with his nose. His chat-up line went, "Can I nuzzle in your bosom? Can I nuzzle in your bosom?" I still took him on and shagged him. But yeah, now it's all flat shoes, big knickers, comfort bras. Comfort bras, the most amazing thing that's ever been invented. I'll tell you, they hold everything in place, just not the place they used to be. I used to spend a fortune on perfumes. There was one called Lulu, I don't know if anyone remembers it. Oh my God, it was so strong. You'd smell me before I entered a room. Now I spend as much on air fresheners so you don't smell me when I leave. But we have changed, we've both changed. You know, we used to stay up all night doing tequila shots. I mean, now the only shots we do are flu shots. You know, we used to rip each other's clothes off, and in the wild sexual frenzy, I wouldn't have time to get my socks off. I mean, now I could knit a pair. It used to be all sex and drugs and rock and roll. I mean, now, to be absolutely honest, it's more like cups of tea and sausage rolls. But we do make love, we still make love. You know, there is hope for you at this age, you still make love. But now it's just really slow, and only after we've done a full risk assessment. But he does love me, and I know he loves me because he's almost told me once. But he had come here tonight, he had come to support me. He says that this is my midlife crisis. I'm too old for a midlife crisis. If this were midlife, I'd have to live to be 126. I had even I to think about it then. Yeah, I know, I don't look too bad, do I? You know why? Fat and crap. Yeah, but we do love each each other. You know, after all these years, we still do. We have little names for each other. He calls me Delightful Deborah. Isn't that lovely? Oh, thank you, Delightful Deborah. I call him my sex machine. No, I don't. No, I'm sorry. I'm a fucking tool. Well, there's always something as you get older. There seems to be a theme tonight. You know, there's always something. I went to the doctor's with tonsillitis, and as she's looking down my throat, she said, I think you could do a colonoscopy. I thought, how far down can she see? So I go to the hospital and they're doing the consent form. He's telling me all the ways I can die, all the things that can go wrong. And then he said, you may experience sexual arousal. Oh, strange. Anyway, so I'm there, I'm on my left-hand side, the camera's up my bum, you know, and all that. Listen, I feel really comfortable with you guys. I just want to share this with you. I had my colonoscopy this morning. Yeah? Just want you to know that prep is far worse than the actual procedure. And on the plus side, this is the first time ever I've done stand-up comedy and not been full of shit. So once a year I can tell that joke. But anyways, get back to the story. He's there, he's got the camera up with him, he's having a right good look round. Then he went over and he said to me, are you alright? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. And I thought, I said, I'm not sexually aroused yet. He said, don't worry about it, dear, I am. Well, my friend said to me, when you do stand-up, do you worry? Do you worry that the room will be quiet? Do you worry that people won't laugh? And I said, no, not really, because it'll be like being at home, won't it? But I do this because it makes me feel alive, it makes me feel relevant, and it makes me feel me. And my, I've upset you, darling. But my husband has a problem with that statement, and I think it's because he's jealous. I said, so go and find something that makes you feel that way. And he said, I think I'll be a Morris dancer. Are you alright?
Yeah, he's just telling us someone who can't remember.
So yeah, he's going to be a Morris dancer, love. So that he feels alive and relevant and new. Right, anyway, so he's going to be a Morris dancer. So he goes down to Village Hall and he said, all the men were there, all the Morris men were there, and they were sat behind a table. And he said, like an interview panel. They were asking him questions, you know, do you drink real ale? Are you free bank holiday Mondays? Do you own an anorak? And they let him try the bells on. He had the bells up his leg, he did some stomping around. They even let him have the handkerchief. Said he had amazing wrist action. No surprises. Are we all right? I'm getting really distracted. Is he good?
He's going now.
It's all right, bye. So he's got the handkerchief and he's got the bells. And then the main man said, just one final question. He said, are you circumcised? The husband says, well, yeah, actually I am. And the man shut the book. He said, your application is not successful. But the husband says, why? He said, I answered the questions, I did the bells. You even said I had great wrist action. He said, no, you don't meet the criteria. To be a Morris dancer, you've got to be a complete prick. And on that note, I'm going to leave you. Thank you so